hello folks, just going to show you a few more logo golf balls, and then I'll show you a few normal golf balls and a few broken golf balls. Let's get to it. I'll try and keep this fairly quick by my standards. So this is an interesting one I found. Black Sheep Brewery. I'd never heard of it. It's somewhere up north. I think it's in Lancashire, England, and they make all kinds of ales and stuff. Never heard of it before I found this one, and I haven't even found this type of ball before. So ProStaff X2 Boost, that's the first one in my life I've found by Wilson, so interesting one. This was the first ball I found on this particular day in March 2022, and it's got 2013 on it. And then I presume, is that Chinese? That doesn't look like Japanese to me. It may not even be Chinese. Could it be Korean? I don't know. Anyway, and then it says golf tournament, so if anybody can read that particular language, please tell me what it says. Pause the video if you want to look at it in a bit more detail, and that is on a Nike Vapor Black. So 2013 ball found in 2022. Next one, I'm not entirely sure if this is a logo. It's on a Callaway Solaire. Don't think I've had many of those in my lifetime, and then it's got this pattern on it. I think that's supposed to be a V in the middle. And then you've got that pattern. So is that a logo or is that part of the actual golf ball? And then there's also something barely visible on the side here. DLC maybe? That could be someone's initials. I don't think it's part of the Callaway part, but I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a proper logo or not. Next, very interesting one. Siba Geige. This is a business that used to be in Duxford, 10 miles south of Cambridge, England. They make all kinds of plastics and chemicals, and then I googled it and found out that they stopped in about 1996. They merged and became what is now Novartis, that big pharmaceutical company. So Siba Geige is no more. So anyway, Google that if you want any more information. And it's on a small 1.62 inch size Dunlop 65 in almost perfect condition. So this ball dates to 1982 or earlier, and I somehow found it 40 years later in 2022. Almost perfect condition. So I'm happy about that one. That is a good bit of history. And if you look up all the products Siba Geige have been involved in, that's an important company. So you can see there's a difference in ball size. If I zoom out, you can see how much smaller it is than a 1.68 inch ball. Yes, you can. Next, EGE. Great big black lettering. Nice clear logo. Don't know what that company does, but it's a nice big logo. Next, AIV. I'm pretty sure I've found this one before. Not sure what that shape is supposed to be in the middle of the logo. Kind of purple. Oh, some kind of pump maybe. AIV. Anyway, look it up if you want to know. And that's on the Titleist Tour Soft. So I think I've definitely got at least one of those more. Next, this ball's got a cut to it right near where the logo is, and it looks like CAO Coamin or something. I think I found one of these before, so again, I'm not sure whether this is somebody's name that they've printed on the ball. I don't think it's a proper logo. It might be just be someone's name, and as you can see, that's got a big old whack to it. That could be from a lawnmower, maybe, not necessarily from a golf club, so that's a bit rubbish, that one. Next, I've got two of these. This is the Cambridgeshire logo. I worked that out by typing in that Latin into Google, and I found out those two birds on the side are called great bustards. Let me get the one that hasn't got ink through it. So two birds there you go, you can see on the side and the side. They're called great bustards. Apparently this is the logo for Cambridgeshire, which I've never heard about, and I've lived in Cambridgeshire pretty much all my life, so that's on my Pro V1X like that. And I've already got this logo 2 or 3 times before, so I must have 4 or 5 of these now. Next, Turnberry. If you're into golf, I'm sure you've heard of it. Turnberry, Scotland. You've got a lighthouse as part of the logo. Some seagulls. It's a famous golf club. That's on a good condition ball. Next, that's just a pink jug. That's not a proper business. That's just one of those stampers somebody owns to mark their ball, I think. Next, Have a Nice Game Pardis. Well, again, that's probably just been gifted to somebody whose surname is Pardis. So that's not a proper logo, really. Next, Porsche, the German sports car maker. And you've probably heard in the news recently a great big ship caught fire with about 1,000 brand new cars on it, not just Porsches but other brands, and they put the fire out, and then the ship sank, so about 1,000 brand new cars have just been wasted. Porsche, and I already own a few brand new Porsche logo balls, so this could be a swap or a sale one I've got. Next, practice printed on the side of a Titleist Pro V. So how, again, I'm going to ask again, nobody's bothered to answer me. Why do they have practice printed on? Are these ones that are given to professional golfers at golf tournaments to practice with? Is that how it works? If you know, let me know. Next, this is a really nice logo, great big green leaf. And you see it's got 4 green dots in between the leaves. I don't know if that means anything. I'm not sure what plant that's supposed to be. So if anybody can explain to me what that is, let me know. So on the Titleist PTS Solo, which is very dirty, very hard to clean up. It's probably been where I found it for many years. I'll have to work out when that particular type of ball first came out, because it looks like it's been where it was for a long time. It took me ages to clean up as much as that. Next, unfortunately, as you can see, I would have liked to have this logo. JP Morgan, one of the big banks in America. But as you can see, it's been well and truly mullered. And with all these different cuts, presumably that's some kind of lawnmower the greenkeepers used and gone over it and completely ruined it. Shame. I would like one of those. And next, presumably this is just somebody's printed their initials on it. And why they'd have 3, I don't know. But that's what that one is. And then let's get the other logos. Next is this one, Premier. I think that's Premier Inn, which are like, in America you'd call it a motel chain. Cheapish place to stay the night. Like a hotel sort of thing. Okay, that's that one. Now this is a really cool one. I genuinely didn't know I'd found this one. This was covered in dirt. I found it in the pitch black using my ultraviolet torch. Look at that. That is really cool to have that one. Zebra. And then on the other side, Investec Wealth and Investment. I've heard of that business. I've seen that brand before. No idea what the zebra's got to do with them. But yeah, that's a really good one to have. I like that a lot. Next, Home Bodgers. Very perfect condition Pro V1. I don't really think that would be a proper business, would it? Or is that just some kind of a, I don't know, a joke someone's had printed for someone? I don't know. Next is a very good one for different reasons. Esso. I'm sure you've all heard of that. And I think it used to be called Enco in America before it changed to Esso. Esso, so petrol, diesel, you know, service stations for cars. It's on the Titleist, and look at that. That's an old Balata ball, a Tour 100. Off the top of my head, not entirely sure what year that would put it to. The 384 Tour 100s I used to find about 1988. So presumably this was a little bit later than that, maybe 1990-ish, I'd be off the top of my head. And on the bottom, you've also got City Service Station and Villa Service Station. So 2 different service stations. Where would that be? Villa? Not Aston Villa, maybe. Could it be that? In Birmingham or somewhere like that? So anyway, Esso. And that's really good because of that. I don't know if I've got many of those at all. Next, Tempo. Again, that's probably just somebody's initials or name they've had printed on the ball. Doesn't look like a proper business. Ball looked really perfect condition until I turned it around and then whack. So again, I don't know if that's broken by a golfer or a... the fact that it's got 2 cuts like that, it's probably a lawnmower's done that. If I try and open it a little bit up, you might just be able to see the material inside. Yeah, kind of a dark greenish colour. So that's that. Next, Wanstead Golf Club. Not sure where that is. Captain 2021. Well, even captains of golf teams lose golf balls, and that's on a really good condition. Pro V1. Next, Dominion Energy. I've never heard of them. That looks like an R for a registered trademark. I think that's an R. Dominion Energy, not heard of them. That's on a Titleist Pro V1 again. So if you know anything about that, let me know. Next, Rusted. Again, that looks like one of those things you print your own name onto a ball. It's probably not a proper business. On a perfect Pro V1. And the last one I'm considering a logo is this. It's a Titleist with a weird dimple pattern. And it says refinished 2.0. So it's had a new, some companies added a new coat of paint to an older ball. And on there it says HP. So what, normally you've got the Titleist and the type of ball. So HP, so it was a Titleist HP something or other. With a new coat of paint to it. So I don't know if I'll keep that as a logo or not. So that's the logos. If you only want to see logos, you can stop the video now. Now I'm going to show you a few of the unusual balls I found. First is a 1.62 inch Titleist, a DT Titleist with Titleist in red, and then durable Surlyn USA. So this is one of the small balls, again 1982 or earlier. Next, I've got a Pinnacle that's 1.62 inches, and it doesn't say anything else on it. A little bit sun faded on one side, and not surprising because it's probably been where it is for 40 years. Next, I've got another 1.62 inch size. This one's a Top Flight, Spalding. We all know that. And then on the side it says Spalding USA. So that's a 1.62 inch size Top Flight. So that's those three there. Next, this is the first Strata I've ever had with a heart on it. And it's got Tor Ace. So that's the first one I've ever found like that. Strata. Next, I've got a Titleist 384 Tor 100. So as I said, when I first started collecting golf balls, I used to find loads of these, and they nearly always had cuts to the cover, or they were misshaped. And even this one, look, I don't know if you can quite tell, I can feel it doesn't feel quite right. It's had a hit, and these balls always used to get misshapen, and these are the ones that have got a inner ball with liquid centre that's about, say, the size of a grape, and then around that is a great big wound rubber band, and then you've got the outer cover, and these covers always used to get knackered up. It's very rare to find one that's perfectly round. So that's good to find one, because like I said, roughly about 1988 I used to find quite a lot of these in terrible condition, so presumably these were early 1980s ball, and these were the best you could get at the time. These are what we used to call Bellata golf balls. I think the Bellata was the soft cover on them. So that's a good one. Next, Penfold. Hardly ever find these anymore. Again, used to find these, you know, about 1987, 1988. Used to get a few of them. Nowadays, finding them 40 years later, you very rarely find a Penfold. This one, you can see, look at the colour difference. So that's been in the sun for about 40 years. That side hasn't. And it's a Penfold ZXS. Okay. Next, Top Flight Aero. I think that's the first Top Flight Aero I've ever found. Obviously, Spalding Top Flight, but I don't think I've ever found one that said Aero on it before. So I don't know whether that's a new one or whether these came out a few years ago. I'm not sure. I might look that up. Now, this is an absolutely brand new Maker golf ball. I've never seen this before. It says Go, and in between where the O is, it says Classic, and then underneath it says Distance in red, which you can barely see because it's on an orange ball. So Go Classic Distance. There you go. You can see that Classic a bit better on that side. Go Classic Distance. So if anybody knows anything about that, let me know, because I've never heard of that one before. And this one, Laser. I remember this, Golden Ram Laser. Again, I think I used to find a few of these a long time ago. So Golden Ram Laser in a kind of a weird yellow colour, or yellow almost orange. That's that. And then lastly, I'm just going to show you a few broken bits. I found this in the pitch black. This is the second one I found like this. It's not an actual golf ball. It's some kind of weird novelty tee, I think. So I think there used to be a bit there that's broken, just like a tee, and then you'd put your actual golf ball on top of it like that, and then, as you can see, that's been smashed. Next, I'll just show you this. Here's the outer cover. There's a bit of a clue there. See that bit there? I think you know. And then Titleist. So it was a Titleist Pro V1, I presume, and then somehow all that's left of it is this, just this very thin, I can't believe how thin it is actually, very thin outer cover. It's only about a millimetre or two thick, and it feels, yeah, it's very bendy. So there's that. Next, we've got a knackered, here we go, 384 Tor 90. So 90 compression, or the other one you saw was 100 compression. And again, you can see cut to the ball there, a bit of a damage there. So that's knackered, nobody could play that. And I said that's probably been where I found it about 40 years. Next, a Dunlop 65 in orange, which is very rare. I've found plenty of white ones in my time. I think I've probably found a couple of yellow ones, but an orange Dunlop 65, rare, to me anyway. And as you can see, knackered. So that's crap. Next, now this is a very old, look at the way Dunlop's written. Dunlop 65, written like that. And then this is absolutely knackered. You can see the wound ball is all absolutely knackered. The cover's absolutely knackered. I can't tell whether this is a 1.62 inch ball or 1.68 because it's splitting apart. I've got a feeling this would have been a 1.62 ball, but because it's now swollen and breaking out, it looks much bigger than it would be. Look at it. It almost looks like a walnut breaking apart. It's terrible. Anyway, next, I found this shell of a golf ball. And it's a Maxfly DDH 100. Just a shell of a ball. A couple of little bits of rubber still in it. Next, we've got a cracked XL top flight. So this would be a solid material inside, not a wound ball. They used to feel like hitting concrete, these old top flights. And I think, you see that pattern there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a hexagon, one in the middle. I think that's how the ball's made somehow. They're on these kind of stands when they're sprayed for paint or whatever. That must be something to do with how they're made, those patterns you get on balls. And that's where the weak point is quite often. And the last broken ball I'm going to show you is another Dunlop 65. You can see how different Dunlop's written compared to that one that's really knackered like that. I'll put them side by side. You see the difference? So this is a 1.62 inch ball, a wound ball, which is all split and cracked and knackered. So these were found in March 2022 in Cambridgeshire. So I'll keep the logos. I keep the logos for my collection. I've got over 4,000 logo balls in my own collection. Underneath this video, I will put a link for you to find my YouTube playlist with. I've got over 60 videos showing my other logo balls. So if you want to see the rest of my collection, you've got about 60 videos to watch. Other than that, if you like this, click like, subscribe to me. If you've got any comments to make about all these logos and stuff, please leave a comment on YouTube. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.